Hi Year 12, welcome to my first lesson on simultaneous equations, and today we're going to be learning about the elimination method. Now some of you would have learnt this already either in advanced maths in year 9 and 10, or you've done a little bit of work of this in year 9 and 10. But I just want to go over how to solve a simultaneous equation using the elimination method. I'm going to disregard the first bit about substitution. I'm going to just stick to the one method, which is elimination method. Now, just going over what a simultaneous equation is and what it means as far as graphs go. You should know that these pair of equations on a Cartesian plane would form a straight line. This would be a straight line and this would be a straight line. And if the gradients are not the same, at some point they must cross over, and we're trying to find, so these two lines must cross over at some point. They might be going in opposite directions or roughly the same direction, but we're trying to find where they meet, the actual coordinates of where they meet. So the lines may not look like that. They might actually be going, one might be going this way, and one might be going steeper. They might meet like that. We want to find where do the two lines meet. Okay, there's a couple of different ways of doing this, but I'm going to stick to what we call the elimination method. So if I just write that first one out, which is question A, I've got x minus y equals 7 and x plus 2y equals 4. With the elimination method, we're looking to see if any of the x's or the y's are the same. We're not concentrating on whether they're plus or minus, we're concentrating on if the number in front of them is the same. So what do I mean by that? With x, there's an imaginary 1 there and there, so the x's are the same. But with the y's, one of them is minus 1 and the other one is 2. So they're not the same. So what we want to eliminate are the x's. So we say, how do you eliminate the x's? We either go through a plus or we go through a minus sign. Now in this question, we're going to go through a minus sign to save a bit of time. We put a line underneath and I'll show you why it's a minus. Starting from the top row, we go x minus x is 0. We don't need to write 0. So now the x's are gone. Now we go across, minus y minus 2y is minus 3y. And then 7 minus 4 is 3. To finish that off, divide that across, we get y equals minus 1. So very quickly, we found that for both equations, they meet at something minus 1. We know the y coordinate, but we don't know the x coordinate. Because these two are simultaneous, they must have the same x and y coordinate. So if we stick this number into either one of these two, we'll get the x coordinate. So I'm going to stick minus 1 into the top one. I'm going to say, what was that? X minus 1 equals 7. So I stuck the minus 1 there. X plus 1 equals 7. X plus 1 equals 7. X equals 6. So we have found these two equations, these two straight lines, they will meet at 6 minus 1. All right, we'll try another one. So taking the second one, let's have a look at question B. Here are the two equations. Let's line them up underneath. So for example, 2x minus y equals 2. There's our first equation. Here is our second equation, x plus 2y equals 11. So what we're looking to see if any of them match up. In the first one, you've got 2x and x. They don't match up. In the second one, we've got y and 2y. They don't match up. So neither of the letters match up with each other. So we need to change one of them. I'm going to change the bottom one. I'm going to double the bottom row. And the reason I do that, let's come over there. So the reason I do that is if I double the bottom row, I'm going to end up with 2x here, which is what I want. So I'm going to change everything on the bottom. I'm going to double it. So I'm going to make it 2x, double this is 4y, and double this is 22. I haven't changed the equation because I doubled everything. You can now see that the two x's match up. I'm going to go through a minus sign, underline. 2x minus 2x is gone, it's eliminated. Minus y minus 4y is minus 5y. 2 take away 22 is minus 20. Divide the minus 5 across and you get y equals 4. We've now found that these two straight lines, where is it? These two straight lines meet at y equals 4. We now need to find the x in the x coordinate. So we stick this number that we found back into either one of these two. I would probably stick it in the top one because it just looks easier. Knowing that y is 4, I do the working over here, so it's a bit hard to see. We go 2x minus 4 equals 7, is it? 7. 7. Have I got the right one here? 22, where have I gone? I feel like I've chosen the wrong one here. I'll keep going. I can't remember if that was a 2 or oh, that's right, because I've changed it, haven't I? Okay, equals 2. Okay, 2x equals 6, x equals 3. So there we go. We've found that these two straight lines meet at the coordinate of 3, 4. So they meet at 3 cross 4. That's where they meet. Okay, I'll just try a couple more. So just quickly, let's choose a different one. Let's choose, okay, I might do, let's see if I can scroll down a little bit. Let's go across here. Let's try this one over here. Let's try this one here. Okay, so can I bring that across? I can. Oh, there you go. So the one I want to work on is 3x plus 2y equals 7 and 5x minus 2y equals 1. So this one's a little bit harder. Let's give it a go. You'll notice that the 3x and 5x don't match up. However, sorry, the 2y and 2y does match up. So it's not going to be as hard as I thought, sorry. These two match up. Don't worry that one's a plus, one's a minus. Just focus on the fact that both of them are 2. I'll write them to the side. The first one is 3x plus 2y equals 7. Underneath, 5x minus 2y equals 1. So once again, we can see that we've got the y's are matching. We've got to decide whether we go through a plus sign or a minus sign. In the first two examples, we've gone through minus signs. But in this one, if we went through a minus sign again, and if I was to underline that, when we get to this bit here, you're going to go 2y minus 2y, and that's going to equal 4y. It won't eliminate the y's. So in this question, we need to go through a plus sign. I'll show you why it's a plus this time. So starting from the top, 3x plus 5x is 8x. This time, 2y plus minus 2y is 0. And 7 plus 1 is 8. So pretty quickly, once we got our head around the fact that it's a plus that we go through, pretty quickly we're able to get x equals 1. The working after that wasn't too hard. You may have to rewind it. Okay, so we've got the value for x. We still need the value for y. So we stick this number into one of these two. Just to be different, I'm going to use the bottom one this time. Knowing that x is 1, I can say 5 lots of 1 is 5, minus 2y equals 1. You have to play around with it, but from here you might subtract the 5, minus 2y equals minus 4. Divide the minus 2, you get y equals 2. So reasonably quickly we found the two coordinates, these two lines meet at 1, 2. I'll do one more. I'm sure you're starting to get it, but anyway, I'll do one more for the sake of it. Let's choose this one. Let's find one that they're different. Let's see if I can find a harder one. Probably not. They're not all that hard. They're not hard in the sense that you've got a lot where they're matching up, like 2y and 2y. So a lot of them are actually matching up with each other, where we don't have to change it. So I'll just choose one other. I'll do this one here. Okay, 4x plus 2y equals 9. The second one is 5x minus 2y equals 0. Once again, you can see that the y's match up, but the x's don't. You've got to decide whether to go through a plus or a minus sign. You're going to go through a plus, okay? Yeah. All right. Now it's got stuff on me. I'll try this. Yeah. Okay. All right, going through a plus sign, 4x plus 5x is 9x. No, that's going to hate when it does this. 2y plus minus 2y is 0. Equals 9. So 9x equals 9. Probably highlights it better, does it? I don't know. X equals 1. There you go. So very quickly, going through a plus sign, we've got x equals 1. We still need the y coordinate, so I'm going to choose the top one and say, right, x is 1. So 4 lots of 1 is 4, plus 2y equals 9. What we're going to do here, subtract the 5, 2y equals 5, and y equals 2.5. So there we go, there's our coordinate. The coordinate is 1, 2.5. All right, good luck with the rest. Try some. Remember, you've got the work solutions in the back of the textbook. I've got some examples here, and send me an email if you're stuck. Bye. Go across here.